Welcome to Floating Nifty Podcast. My name is Xiuwen.
I'm Noah, and we're recording in a new room.
Whoa.
And I think it's going to be a very quiet background.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Maybe you can...
Car, maybe I'll make a car noise. To make us feel more comfortable.
What kind of car is that?
I have no idea.
Okay, good. Before we start, do you have a joke today?
I didn't prepare one. I was too focused on getting the room cleaned up.
Oh, you clean up the room?
Well, getting the room set up. Set up is not clean. Okay.
Sorry.
Maybe that's enough of a joke.
Different style. That's a joke. No, like style. Okay. Let's stay focused today, okay? Even though it might be a little bit hard.
So what are we drinking today?
Today we are going to drink a tea that I call it Taiji Hongshui.
Nice. We drank this tea before. We drank this tea before on the podcast, actually. We called it Gongfu Hongshui. So if you remember that episode, if you're a real fan of the show, you should remember that episode. Well,
I'm a real fan and I don't remember what happened in the show.
You don't remember what happened last week. So, can't blame you.
That's true.
But anyway, we're drinking Hongshui, huh?
As I get older, I don't remember anything very well anymore. So even though I'm the main character in the show, I don't remember what happened. Yeah, so anyway.
Drinking Hongshui, drinking Gaba Hongshui.
Gaba Hongshui, aka Taiji Hongshui.
And where's this tea from?
Now I remember.
Yeah, you remember, huh?
Yeah, because actually, just to let you guys know, we actually recorded the podcast yesterday. But my brain was so looping lately. I was seriously, I think, just talking stuff for like...
I don't think you can take all the credit for that.
50 minutes.
My brain is a little off of the rails at the moment as well. But anyway, this tea is from Shi Ding.
Shi Ding.
Yeah.
And what else is from Shi Ding? Our Loshan Hongshui is also from Shi Ding.
Yeah.
Cool. It's just it's a place. Shi Ding is a place.
One of the many places
in Taiwan.
In the world.
I have been drinking a lot of Hongshui lately. Hongshui for me, a special Hongshui from Mr. Zhan, has enough energy. It's an excellent tea, and it has some sort of relaxation. And life, it's pretty intense sometimes.
Now might be one of those times.
Yeah.
Now is one of those times. I've been drinking a lot of Hongshui as well, and it's been really helpful to relax me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's going to be weird because we recorded this tea like yesterday, but it was unusable material. So anyway, I'll say again what I said yesterday. I like to drink this tea after I get off of work, and I like the feeling of the initial, not this tea, Hongshui in general. Mm-hmm. I like the initial impact of the tea, of course, but then there's that feeling of relaxation that kind of bubbles up in the body afterward. Mm. And I like to just go lay down in bed with the lights off and just feel it. It just feels really comfortable.
Yeah. We use Hongshui a little bit differently, but overall, we are using Hongshui to relax us. Last week was very intense for me because of a lot of work, and I couldn't really brew tea. And so I was relying on a lot of teas to give me energy, to give me some nourishment. And Hongshui is actually pretty much one of the two teas that I go to for that reason. So what is another two? I have no idea. What the heck? I just said one of the two teas. Okay, yeah.
Maybe it was only that one tea.
Well, I also go to other teas actually for more energetic reasons. Hongshui is to give me energy and to give me nurturing. Let's put it that way. And today I'm very happy to drink this Taiji Hongshui again because it had been quite a while. I think we carried this tea for a few weeks.
Yeah.
Or a week. And I love it so much that I took it off my website. And maybe today, let's talk about the tea and just enjoy the tea and see why I love this tea so much.
That's good to me.
First infusion, surface note. Smells sweet and fruity to me. And for those of you who have gone through a lot of the fundamental series of tea talks with us, here again, I would like to invite you to not only pay attention to what the tea smell like, pay attention to maybe what the scent feels like and where the scent can go, or where the scent stop.
Where does the scent go for you?
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. The overall bigger scent go into my head, go into my brain, and feels like a really big tree today. But just lazily stand there with very light movement. The tree is very grounded and very at ease today. That's the bigger scent that go into my head. There's actually a second scent, which I can't smell it, but I can feel it. It go into my throat. Yeah.
Really nice images.
I love it. Yeah.
So when I'm smelling the tea, I also notice that it goes in two directions. One is it kind of rises, and the other, it goes into the throat, kind of horizontal movement.
Yeah.
And I feel the horizontal movement is thicker. And I also feel the tones of the actual scent. The tones of the scent are lower that are going down.
Yeah.
And the tones of the scent that are higher are the ones that are floating up into my head. And that's a trend I'm noticing with a lot of teas is that
Good noticing.
the higher tones are the ones that rise.
Rise up, and then there's a split up scent. Yeah.
And the more like rich caramely tones are the ones that kind of
go
drifts back towards the mouth and the palate.
Cool. I normally don't feel tea that way. I just watch it split. And let's drink the tea, and then once again, fundamentals are very important. So let's pay attention to the texture of this tea broth on infusion 1. Soft and puffy and cover everywhere in the mouth. Maybe let's take it slower. I almost want to see the movement already, but maybe just the mouth. You shouldn't break up a tea like this. Sometimes when we are learning, it's necessary, I think. Yeah.
So just focus on the mouth for now.
In the mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, you cannot ignore the throat, like how it connect. But I think for now.
So the texture.
After all, we are only in infusion 1.
Yeah. The texture that I'm noticing, I really feel a strong bloom. That sense of
bloom
open.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
And I feel that the texture in it's kind of heavy. All the different places that it hits my mouth, it feels heavy. And then after it settles, it kind of starts to bloom outwards. Like,
almost like a scent. Lighter and more like caramely, heavier kind of a texture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect.
So what are you noticing in the aftertaste?
Aftertaste?
Yeah.
There is, of course, salivation, but it's really hard to describe, because if I describe Dongting salivation, it's like it's huge, so it's obvious. And this one is persistent and almost feel like I really like to refer salivation as some sort of water image from water.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Or from the ground.
Yeah.
And so this one feels like, if you guys observe water oozing out of the ground,
Yeah.
sometimes there's just one big source coming out of the ground. Maybe one major spot.
Yeah.
This one feels like a lot of places.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like it's permeated this whole section of earth, and it just kind of
It's coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah. This salivation feels that way to me. So it's kind of feel like it's not there, and yet there's so much.
It's kind of like everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that. And let's look at this second infusion.
The word that comes to my mind when I think about
sorry.
this tea, as a Hongshui, I don't usually think about Hongshui this way, is power.
But not the power you see like a really like young and energetic person's power.
Yeah, no.
You know?
Not like a fighter,
Yeah.
but maybe it doesn't know how to fight. You know what I mean? Like it's very grounded.
Yeah.
But you're right, it's not like a super young aggressive kind of power.
Fighter,
Yeah.
or like those fighters that they are boxers.
Yeah.
You know, like that kind of fighters. Yeah.
Not like that.
Yeah.
More like just that presence is really
Yeah.
just really big. But calm.
Yeah.
And a little bit more serious than the Lalashan.
This tea, if I have to refer this tea to a human,
Yeah.
even just on the age, the tea is not older than Lalasan. I don't think so.
No.
I think roughly similar, 2018-ish. This tea feels like a older person. Older means like 60. And Lalasan feels like 40-ish to me. Yeah, somehow.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
So this second infusion, maybe let's talk a little bit more on the
Throat?
yeah,
Is that where you're gonna go?
how the movement from the mouth connect to the throat.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. That's the ticket though. That's like it. That's it about this tea. That's like the most kind of real. That's a really cool part of this tea. The way that it's just so filling. It's so big, and then the way it leads into the throat, it's just like I'm just there.
Yeah.
You know.
It's connected.
Yeah.
It's connected. So if you guys recall some of if you recall some of the fundamental things that we talk about, sometimes tea just stay in the mouth. After you swallow it, the tea continue to stay only in the presence. You cannot feel it at the throat area. And then we talk about, we let people through Dongting traditional tea as an example.
Which it goes to the throat.
But there's a really strong angle,
Yes,
or
yeah.
almost have to stop.
Yeah.
You know, there's sectional.
It feels like a little bit like you've said before, like a knot in the throat.
Yeah.
Right.
Or the chest. Normally I feel it at the chest area. And then it's like that. And then when we like start to drink more high capacity teas, like this one, for example, you just feel it everywhere. Like the movement doesn't need to stop. The tea carry the movement with them. And sometimes it's so speedy that you can't feel them for a while.
That's what I feel like is toe.
Oh, that's what you feel is toe. Interesting. Toe is
It's a really important concept in tea
really
drinking.
interesting concept. And I think I'm still like pretty tired to even think about this word, to think about the concept, because it's one of the things that a good tea will show up. One is called qing, is
Clear. And toe is something I've been thinking about, and we had a discussion yesterday.
Yeah.
And I don't want to translate it, but I've been trying to think how would I put it into words, and you kind of described really close to the way I feel about it. Just like it reaches everywhere before you even know that it's reached there, to places that you don't even realize that it could reach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like completely permeating, but in a very
And there's a force behind it called jin.
yeah.
Which I think we shouldn't get too far into this, because there will be like too many someday. When my mind is a little bit not exhausted and a little bit more clear, and I have
talk about the more philosophical concepts behind, or the principal concepts behind.
Yes. When I have a little bit more clear grasp with even how to talk about qing, I think there will be a first word that I would like to talk about among all these Chinese syllable words. Qing, tou, jin, you know, all those stuff, ting, you know, all those stuff. It's so exciting and it's so fascinating and kind of difficult to
big concepts.
Big concept. But I think it's also fundamentally we can we can sense this.
Yeah.
Yeah. This third infusion is follow on the fundamental principles.
Okay.
So first one is scent. Second one is
Texture.
texture.
And then we did a little bit of
sorry, this one
we did a little bit of going towards the throat. We didn't
throat?
actually talk about what the texture is in the throat.
Okay. So this next one is follow the line of the liquid and then see how it travel into the body. Does it stop somewhere? You know, some tea get stuck somewhere, and then there's a sensation that sometimes I call it knots, Knots. So let's see if the line can travel.
You know, the first time I heard you say that, it was actually on a podcast. I thought you said nut, like a walnut. I imagine a walnut in the throat.
Normally, that in Taiwan we call it chicken bones.
Oh, for the Adam's apple?
Yeah. For guys, because guys like to eat, and then they stole a chicken leg, and then they swallow it too fast, and they got stuck at the throat area. So there's actually a bone at the guy's neck.
That's funny.
Okay, this third infusion. But it doesn't mean we should all ignore the smell. Like right now, I'm actually smell the tea and still see if anything new or less.
Anything changed, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because sometimes it does. Sometimes you're halfway through a session and then the scent will kind of start to rise. And because sometimes when you first start a tea, it doesn't open very well. Mm-hmm. The scent will start to rise halfway through a session.
Yeah. And this one still follow that, the scent of this one, the third infusion still follow that first infusion, very light and at ease and grounding kind of a spraying image. And we can actually also talk a little bit of the body. Soft and puffy.
Really soft, yeah.
Yeah, and then just connect to the throat immediately. No need to
pause.
There's no need to make a movement. It just get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so now let's watch the second sip. Let's watch the connection through the body. Almost cannot see the physical line of the broth moving into the body because it doesn't need to either. It just get there. It just be there. This tea is powerful.
Yeah.
This tea is powerful. For me, right now, it's not even the line is moving to the liquid. Because sometimes there's some teas, it's actually really easy to trace the tea broth and just move through the chest and then just land in the stomach. This one is almost the presence of this tea is the way it moves outwards.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Goodness, that's
what
beautiful.
It is. It's just like this sensation of movement in the entire abdomen, right? Of just like,
and then it
almost fizzling.
Yeah, and it moved into the
kind of shoulders and the sides of the rib cage, and yeah. So that's the movement in the body for this tea. It's almost immediately just penetrating the entire, like you said, like the way that you said the salivation kind of is like water completely inundating a area of earth and rising up out of the earth, not like in one stream, but just everywhere. It feels in a similar way, that kind of after effect of swallowing the tea is just kind of slowly
it just
inundates the entire body.
You can see it. It's I was probably, I mean, it's not necessarily like roots. But it does have almost movement of roots that can reach to a lot of places.
For me, the texture of that movement is fizzling. It's like fizzling. You know, like when you add Alka-Seltzer to water and it fizzles like that?
Oh.
It kind of has that sort of movement, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, that's at least the way I'm noticing it.
I do also I do also see an image of air when it moves, when you talk about fizzling. But fizzling, normally I have the experience normally with soda.
Oh, yeah.
And then, so when you mention it, I always feel like, no, it's too sharp in the mouth.
Oh, soda.
When you first hit soda, it's just so kind of almost pointy, prickly. And for me, this one is more like, so it has a root movement without a root texture instead the root movement, if you want to just replace all the roots into a air tube. But not tube, more like
I see it like foamy,
yeah.
fizzling, foamy, almost like sea foam, like the foam on the...
Oh, okay. Yeah, something a bit softer
than roots.
Than roots and soda.
Yeah, not like soda. Soda, I mean, there are teas that kind of feel a little bit like that, kind of
like soda, a little bit bubbly. More like champagne, a little bit softer, not as aggressive like soda.
Yeah.
And normally it sits more in the mouth.
Yeah.
As a texture feeling, and this one, the physical feeling, it's seriously moving.
Yeah, and it does have a movement like roots reaching out, but it doesn't. The texture is not that. That's why I said. That's why I said fizzling. Or there's like an air. You said it right. There's an air quality
to it, and softer, and move fairly fast.
Really fast for it. Yeah. It's a really fun tea.
I know.
There's a lot of fun teas. This is a really fun tea.
We are blessed with so many fun teas, and let's drink the fourth infusion and maybe talk a little bit on since I named this tea Taiji Hongshui, maybe let's talk a little bit. I mean, I'm not going to talk too much on Taiji, but maybe talk a little bit of my learning on Taiji and tea, how I combine the two arts into one sometimes with a tea like this. When I first used tea to learn Taiji, I actually use pu'er, because a lot of pu'ers are noticeably physically strong and potent. And I was probably 2 years into Taiji at that time. And it was really fun to cheat and borrow. I mean, not very fun to cheat. It was very fun to borrow some energy from the tea, and I would walk into a class and just rip it out like a crazy woman, including first time when I borrowed in this extent, I actually hurt my own shoulder. And my son laughed his ass off that day. Like, what? You hurt your arms this bad by doing Taiji? Because he always make fun of Taiji as a very slow. That you guys want to punch people with a high, slow, speed movement. And I always told him to stand right in front of me and let me punch him with Taiji slowly, and he always run away. So I could never confirm the theory that with him that. But anyway, we like to joke around. That's really good. My relationship with my son. But anyway, I think I am growing older, and maybe because I'm also into Taiji a little bit more nowadays, and simultaneously in 2017, I believe, Mr. Zhang introduced Hongshui for me for the first time, and I couldn't really understand it. And I really think he's a wonderful teacher. He just have his patience. He think this is one route that I should be going into, because he normally make a comment to me, say, Miss Tai, you like to drink really strong teas and thick teas, heavy teas.
What were you saying about Tai Chi and drinking Hongshui?
Huh?
What were you saying about doing Tai Chi and drinking Hongshui?
Oh, am I like trailing off my...
A little bit.
That's my storytelling style. So many...
story, and then that leads to that story. But I was interested to hear what you said about you borrow energy from pu'er to do Tai Chi, and you said you borrow energy from this one, and that's why you call it Tai Chi.
True. And I don't know from when I started to notice the soft power of Taiji, because I actually, I mean, if you guys have time, you can like Google a little bit and then Google some Chen Taiji. And I'm not saying that this represents Chen Taiji, okay? You can Google some of the movements and watch how people do it. Some of the people do it actually fairly strong. you know.
But you notice the softness of Tai Chi.
Yeah, I start to pay attention and think about the soft power like water in Tai Chi. Because water, it's almost unbreakable.
And really powerful. Not just it's so soft that it's unbreakable, but it's also so soft that it can be super, super aggressive if it needs, it can be super powerful.
Because if we talk about power, then you can talk about fire, but it can burn off.
Yeah.
We can talk about heavyweight stuff, and it can
Rocks, wood.
Yeah, they can break.
But water over time, it's kind of even a cliche at this point, can be so powerful that it creates the Grand Canyon, the most.
Yeah. And so first time when I have the tea, when I have this Taiji Hongshui, I mean, like if today you watch how it moves softly and it has so much power behind it, it made me think about my Tai Chi, say, wait a second, isn't this is more powerful than really aggressively punching somebody to do Tai Chi? I mean, normally I don't punch anybody, okay? But
that's it.
I will do my punch with a really fierce punch until I hurt my own shoulder. But what if I can do my energy route like this tea with a lot of groundedness and a lot of spreading. So it's not weak. It's not like we should do Tai Chi with like, just limpy and let's crash on the couch and then just everything is like a cloud and very soft.
But that's the point. That's what you're saying about this tea, right? Is it's extremely powerful, but it's also extremely soft.
Yes.
And almost the fact that it's soft makes it more powerful.
Yes. And that's why I thought, damn it, I cannot sell this tea. I have to be a selfish person and I have to keep this one for as long as I can. Because when I drink this tea, first of all, I normally walk into a Tai Chi before and then I drink this tea. No, before I walk into a Tai Chi class,
you drink this tea.
I will drink this tea. First, it serves as a reminder of I should remember this. It's a soft power that I'm pursuing right now. And also I will take the teaching from this tea. This is also how I can move internally. I can build that. And on the top of that, this tea also have some power. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Tea has power. Not just to teach you. Tea has physical power to sustain you. Yeah. So I am still borrowing almost like the poor part of it. It's there's that energy that I'm borrowing.
But when you're borrowing this kind of soft energy, it's much different than when you're borrowing bitch queen energy.
Yes. Just some reference. I had a Yiwu poor cake. I call it the beach queen because that's the cake that actually I borrowed too much. It hurt my shoulder.
It's a wonderful but really aggressive energy. Yeah. A little bit too much to take sometimes if you're not up for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one movement. This sip right now, this 4th or 5th infusion right now, is that one movement. And that's what I am looking for right now in my practice is I want the movement to be more integrated and more, actually, I am seeking power in my movement, but in a very soft and connected and grounded way. And this tea is the best example of those movements. What?
No, that's great. That's exactly it. And I'm glad that we have this tea. Mm-hmm. And I was kind of smiling because it's like, sorry, we're not giving anyone this tea.
Yeah, only when you can come to the store again, I might share this tea with you if I'm drinking it. And overall today, also, I would like to close the session by expressing my gratitude. And I think Hongshui is also a wonderful tea for me to express that. Hongshui tea, seriously, in these past 2 weeks, was the tea to sustain and to nurture me. And it's a tea that also didn't abandon me when I couldn't actually brew tea. I was not hurt or anything. I was just super tired. and so my tea brewing just doesn't taste really good.
And you're brewing grandpa style, right?
Yeah. And so I will put Hongshui in the grandpa style. And this is actually one of the teas that that will continue to show up and support me in a grandpa style and give me the relaxation that I need and give me the energy that I need. And so, and also just, and the gratitude also comes to the tea and goes out to every one of you guys, thank you guys. This week we have received a painting that I actually don't know who this person is, but she wrote us a beautiful note.
Lauren. Hi, Lauren.
Hi, Lauren. I think you will be listening to this because she told us that she just finished listening to all our podcasts and she learned so much. And she made a drawing for our anniversary celebration and she gifted us the original drawing. And that is so sweet. That is so sweet. And we also launched a kind of a photo image competition, and it can be drawing, can be video and stuff. And there's another lady, May, also gifted us her original drawing. And we have postcards from Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie, to wish us well. And we have cards and emails from a lot of you guys. Just so much support in this difficult time. And I feel very lucky too, to be able to, yes, I'm talking into not right in front of me. I'm talking into a microphone, but I seriously feel I'm talking to each one of you guys. And this is how I feel that I am so connected to every one of you guys out there who have been supporting me and Floating Nifty.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And just to have so much wonderful tea to drink.
But yeah, seriously, thank you guys so much for supporting us.
Life is a blessing.
To do what we do, do what we do every day, which is drink tea and share tea with people. So that's really, really, really freaking cool.
So cheers, everybody.
Drink some Hongshui.
Drink some Hongshui.
Or whatever you like to drink. Dong ding. Haiman oolong.
Stay healthy. If you need any help, also reach out to us. Talk to us. Questions, talk to us. And stay safe. And we love you.
See you on Monday.
See you on Monday.
Bye-bye.
Bye.